You know the image. That slow, steady march from a stooped ape to an upright human. It's on t-shirts and in textbooks. It feels simple, linear, and it's almost completely wrong. What if I told you that human history isn't a straight line but a tangled web? What if, for hundreds of thousands of years, our planet was home to multiple species of humans? And what if the biggest leaps in our evolution didn't happen because of new genes, but because tiny, ancient switches in our DNA were flipped? The real story of you is far more complex and incredible than anything you were taught in school. For decades, we learned the March of Progress story, a simple ladder leading from an early ape-like ancestor straight to us, Homo sapiens. It's a neat story, but the latest discoveries have completely shattered that simple picture. The truth isn't a ladder, it's more like a dense branching bush, with roots and branches twisting together in ways we're only just beginning to map. And the key to this new picture is hidden in our genes. One of the biggest bombshells in modern anthropology came not from a dusty bone, but from a computer. The old theory was that Homo sapiens evolved from a single population in Africa. But mind-bending genetic analysis tells a very different story. It now seems modern humans are the result of a genetic merger between at least two ancient, deeply different populations that reconnected around 300,000 years ago after more than 1 million years apart. Our species didn't just sprout from one trunk. We are a fusion, the product of a family reunion 1 million years in the making. This is just the first crack in the old story. If you're finding this as fascinating as I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're going to keep digging. When modern humans began migrating out of Africa, they stepped into a world already populated by other kinds of humans, our cousins, the Neanderthals, and the Denisovans. We used to imagine we simply replaced them, but our DNA tells a story of connection. As our ancestors moved into the Middle East and Europe, they met and had children with Neanderthals. Today, if your ancestry is from outside of Africa, you carry about 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA, influencing things like your hair, immune system, and even sleep patterns. As other groups traveled into Asia, they met the Denisovans. We barely have any fossils of them, just a few fragments. But their genetic legacy is massive, making up 4 to 6% of the DNA in modern Melanesian populations. It gets even crazier. Genetic analysis has found traces of at least 2 other unknown extinct human groups. Scientists call them ghost lineages. We don't have their fossils, only their genetic echo inside us. Our family tree isn't a tree at all, it's a web of encounters. So if we're a mix of all these ancient groups, what actually makes us unique? The answer isn't about brand new genes, but about using old ones in new ways. A groundbreaking study mapped human accelerated regions, or HARs. Think of these not as genes, but as genetic switches that control ancient genes we share with other primates. Somewhere along the human line, these switches started evolving at lightning speed, fine-tuning the instructions for how our brains develop. In other words, evolution didn't reinvent the wheel. It just rewrote the instruction manual. And that subtle shift appears to be what unlocked our incredible cognitive abilities. It's an incredible thought, right? What part of this new human story surprises you the most? The ghost populations in our DNA? The fact that so many of us are part Neanderthal? Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's time to throw out that old straight-line march of progress. The hidden truth of human evolution is a story that's far messier, more interconnected, and frankly, a lot more beautiful. Our origin isn't a ladder, it's more like a great flowing river, fed by many different streams. We carry the genetic echoes of populations we once walked beside, Neanderthals, Denisovans, and ghost lineages we're just now discovering. We're a species defined not by purity, but by connection. We aren't the endpoint of some predetermined path. We are just one surviving, tangled branch of a vast, complicated, and magnificent family tree.